What's up, everyone? Hi, I'm Carl from the All Balls channel. Today we have another special episode, and where we're going to be talking about the pre-matches of Group D and Group E, actually. And today we have a special guest. Now I'm only joined by our wonderful Kyle Pereira, but we also have the wonderful Zain Karmali. Welcome to the show.
Hey guys, how you doing? Hi Carl, hi Carl. Nice to be here.
Great to have you with us. How's the day gone so far?
So far so good. Just getting ready and prepped up for the games coming up today, man.
Wonderful. And Kyle, happy
All
you're
good.
looking very nice and sprightly in your England shirt. All
Big
set
day
for the big
today.
clash match. Big
Big
day
day
today,
today.
yeah?
Big day today.
The bragging rights of the UK, yeah? We'll get to that shortly. But gentlemen, let's just get quickly to the matches that happened yesterday. Starting off with Ukraine versus North Macedonia. Zen, how do you think that game went for you?
Honestly, it was fun. Whenever Ukraine's in, I always enjoy watching our little Ukrainian Messi with his left foot curlers, his passing sense. It's just beautiful to watch him play, to be honest.
And Kyle, I'm sure like you're probably going to be bursting with it to for me to talk about it. But Belgium, I know Kevin De Bruyne, masterclass.
Master class and how. He's the catalyst. He's that catalyst in that team. He literally came on, changed the face of the game. I think everyone got sort of like elevated their game when they saw him coming on. I mean, Lukaku looked like a different player. The Hazard brothers looked like different people. And then Axel Witsel came on and gave him so much freedom, changed the entire game.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, the bench strength of that Belgium team is just insane. I mean, there's not a lot of teams right now in this tournament that have a bench strength like that, barring a few. And lastly, yes, the Oranje are the second team to go through to the knockout phases. I had my heart somewhere else, or actually something else somewhere else. But Zen, what do you think about the Netherlands? A comprehensive victory against Austria?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, they were always on the threat. You have Mr. Dumfries, who is like a defender and he's the top goal scorer in the league right now. I mean, in the cup, which is insane. And in spite of Memphis Depay's obvious miss of a penalty, which I mean, I really didn't expect him to do more than what he did, but he had a good game. Yeah, it was a fun game to watch.
And Kyle, do you think Austria still have a good shout in this tournament? I mean, it wasn't their best performance, but I'm sure they can still pick themselves up.
They could pick themselves up, but I just feel like like we were discussing earlier, I think that we both agreed that Frank's changes in the game were a little off here and there. And if you saw PVA and Dumfries were playing left wing and right wing, not even left wing back and right wing back. They were just up there with Memphis. And dude, I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but Wijnaldum had the game of his life. I'm surprised he didn't score. If I mean, I don't know why Liverpool don't unleash him like this. He plays a very like deep role, but I mean, clearly they have unleashed him in this. He was everywhere. Like I literally saw him once playing at left back, and then he came up and he was taking the shot with his left leg. I was like, where have you come from?
Yeah, he had non-stop energy. I mean, what's Liverpool's loss now is now probably PSG's gain. And keep coming back to De Boer, I don't know what kind of brownies he's eating from that Dutch team, but clearly somehow it's working. So, gentlemen, we're going to move on to today's games. Zen, I'm going to ask you first about Sweden versus Slovakia, a crunch time for both teams.
Of course it is. I mean, Sweden have come off a great draw against Sweden. I mean, against Spain, and they're definitely looking to improve on that. Honestly, I feel their biggest threat up front is Isak. We all know how great that kid can be. His movement, his pace, his dynamism is just insane. And honestly, I still feel they're missing our big boy, Mr. Z, Mr. Zlatan. I still wish he was in the squad and killing it up front for them. And also, we have our 36-year-old veteran, Larson. I cannot believe he's still up in that team and he's performing so well and controlling the game in midfield.
KP, can you make a point for the Slovaks? Do you think that they have their work cut out for them, or it's going to be an even Steven fight?
You could actually say that the work is cut out for them because, yeah, as Zen said, the veteran. We have another veteran in Hamzik, the infamous Mohawk, is back today. And I mean, to be honest, he has controlled that team like it's his. Like that's the only team he plays for. I mean, I've not seen him play so well for any other side like any other club side than he does for his national team. It's just something about like putting on that shirt, I guess, for him and like leading his team out as captain that he makes everyone tick. Like we saw the last game, he was just again everywhere, and he's playing center attacking mid. So I don't know, but I do say that Sweden, considering they have Robin Olsen in their goal, he performed well against Spain. I can say that he performed really well.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a pretty tight game, but then where do you think this can go? Do you think this is going to be a chance for Sweden to redeem themselves, or Slovakia just keep marching on?
Honestly, on paper, Sweden are definitely favorites, and they have a more experienced lineup. They have big players up in their team. We have Lindelof, who's looking like a different player in Sweden. He just looks like he's playing with his life on the line when it comes to Sweden, and when it comes to United, he keeps his life and everything back in the locker room. But other than that, we have Forsberg, who is also another force to be reckoned with if he's very good on his day. And like I said, they should technically win it if everything comes up. But Slovakia do play great team football. They all play as a unit. Their defense looks solid. And like my friend Kyle said, Hamsik looks like a different player altogether. His passing, his shooting, everything is just coming together. But it should definitely be a good end-to-end game to watch. And because honestly, both want to win.
Well, yeah, I agree. Both really need to win as well. And Kyle, I know Zen just mentioned now that Lindelof is a different monster. There seems to be a trend of Manchester United players playing far better, who are not that good at Manchester United, but playing very much better in their national squads. I mean, I haven't seen really Bruno make an impact right now for Portugal, but of course, Ronaldo's there.
Yeah.
But now, honestly, your prediction though for this game, where do you think this game is gonna? How do you think this game is gonna end?
I would honestly pick Sweden to win it all. Honestly, it should be a tight game, but I think on the counter with Isak up front and Larsen's passing range, Sweden should nick it by like a 2-1.
2-1. And Kyle, do you agree, or you think you're gonna throw a spanner into the works?
Dude, my prediction for the North Macedonian game almost came true of 2-2. They got away with that. I was saying like a 1-1. Only because I feel like this is a game of two keepers. You know, Martin Dubravka in the Slovakian goal and Robin Olsen in the Swedish goal. Just a 1-1 because those two goalkeepers are outstanding. They're great shot stoppers, great reach. So yeah, maybe a 1-1 to this.
All right, 1-1. That's a very bold claim there, huh, Kyle. Moving on though to our next game. Croatia versus Czech Republic. Now, gentlemen, we all know what's happened to Croatia. We all know what Czech Republic supplies us as well. So I'm going to start with you, Kyle. I'm going to ask you, like, where do you see this game ending up?
I think that Croatia have a point to prove right now because they have seen Czech Republic absolutely annihilate the team they played earlier. But to be honest, I don't know why though, because I think it's probably age. But in the England game as well, I saw that players like Brozovic and like Perisic didn't have the legs to beat people on the run, but they had the ball control. They had the sort of stability to move the ball around, but they couldn't beat them on the turn on the run. Whereas we did see that like a Patrick Schick, of course, we saw that wonder goal broke the record for the longest goal to be scored in a Euro, 49.5 yards, unbelievable. Can't say, to be honest, can't say. Probably have to redirect this to Zain for now.
Yeah, Zen. I mean, Patrick Schick is probably channeling his inner Milan Baros from that early 2000 team. I mean, they are coming in with really good form, while Croatia are actually kind of down after their loss to England. So, what do you think Luka Modric should do to kind of galvanize the squad?
I'm glad you brought his name up because honestly, he's the man in that team. He controls everything that goes on in that team. And to be honest, I just saw him a little lost last game because I felt he had no support. Obviously, like Kyle said, they don't have people who can run in behind the defense. And the only one who's like young and dynamic is Rebic, who's a very good upcoming talent in that team. But Perisic kind of looks out of his prime. He's nowhere close to what he used to be. And to be honest, they need to give Modric some support. Like if you saw last tournament, he had Rakitic with him all the time. So the link up between those two was just insane. So I feel Kovacic, even though he's a Chelsea player, he needs to step up his game and support Modric a little bit and get the game going.
But don't you
Well,
think, but then don't you think Modric was playing a little deep to what he's used to playing in that center mid role or center attacking. I saw him playing CDM most of the game, and if he sits back in the CDM game, I think Suchek is gonna be all over him, just keeping him set back there only.
Of course, I totally agree. Like I said, he has no one like there's no one in the back to bring up the ball. Like before, it was Rakitic, Modric. They used to swap positions, keep rotating between them. One used to go up, one used to stay back. So right now, it's kind of falling all up on his shoulders. So it's getting a little difficult for them to handle. But on the other end, like I said, Croatia obviously look at their squad. It's just insane. They have stars all around, and they can turn it up anytime they want, but against a very, very well drilled Czech Republic side. To be honest, sometimes I'm confused. Is that a half West Ham side? Is that a Czech Republic side? It's just crazy, to be honest. And I'm sure Moyes is eyeing Czech after that goal, after that insane goal which he scored. And he just wants to link it up all over there.
He'll have everyone there soon, huh? So
Yep.
and then Schick right after that.
I mean, why not? I mean, if Wolves can be the Portugal B side, I mean, why can't West Ham be the Czech Republic B side at this point? I mean, he already has Sufal and he has Suchek. Why not get Schick?
But
So, gentlemen, getting to that though, Kyle, what do you think is your score prediction right now for this game?
I'd probably say if they can make a few changes to what I can already see this lineup, because they're probably playing this 4-2-3-1 again. I'd say Croatia would probably take it 2-1.
Ooh, that's a bold choice. And Zen, I mean, you think Croatia can still pep this one because I mean, they are the more experienced team compared to
Of
Czech
course.
Republic, or would you like to change it up a bit?
No, let's just be honest here. I mean, Croatia are a better side. Yeah, Czech Republic are well drilled. They're good, and Croatia will control the game for most of the time. And Czech Republic will try to hit them every time on the counter attack. But I feel they have a point to prove, like Kyle said, and Croatia will come up on top and probably get a 3-1 win or something like that.
Ooh, 3-1. So we're expecting lots of goals. Well, then, moving along, then, this is it. The battle for Britain. England versus Scotland. It doesn't get any better than this. I'm sure it's probably a national holiday in both countries right now. So, Zen, I'm going to ask you first. What do you think this game is going to play out for?
It's coming home, man. It's coming home.
Don't say that, dude. Don't jinx it right now, please.
Every year, that's the story of our lives, huh? But let's just get into details. Obviously, England are favorites to win, no doubt about that. I mean, it on paper, look at their lineup. I mean, that's like a 300 million squad they have up in there. And but you know what? Always with England, it's been their manager who is kind of messing things up here and there. And their lineups are looking questionable, to be honest. Like Foden starting on the right was kind of questionable for me. Tyler Mings in defense was kind of questionable, but Mings did show up. He had a brilliant game. And Calvin Phillips, let me not even talk about him because we all know what kind of a presence he had up on that field. And we know England are not going to be that side who goes and scores 3, 4, 5 goals against an opposition. They're going to keep it tight. They're going to keep it slick. And they're going to try to just nick it somewhere or the other.
And they're going to keep it tight and going to keep it slick. Doesn't sound like a very English thing to do. But then again, they did come across a Croatian side and they won 1-0, which is a rare occurrence for them. And Kyle, of course, a huge England fan. I'm sure you're probably going to take a nap after this so you can get up in time to watch the game. But honestly, as Zen just hit the nail on the head, he said that probably the one weakness would probably be Gareth Southgate in this team, because there's a huge pool of talent in this squad. And might I say, Gareth Southgate is probably the English Frank de Boer. But how do you see the squad lining up though for England today?
Come on, I disagree with that. Please don't talk about Boyer and Southgate in the same sentence. But I mean, to be honest, I know Zen was talking about Tyrone Mings playing at centre back, but to me, he did a pretty good job because he's a very vocal centre back, meaning he can control where he wants to place Rice right in front of him. He knows where John Stones is going to run out. And same with, again, Calvin Phillips. Just can't say enough about that. You just can't say. Me and Zen were talking the other day about how he was distributing and I just can't because I've not seen him like again, like how I was talking about Wijnaldum being unleashed, I think Southgate unleashed Calvin Phillips on Croatia. Like he was everywhere. Like he that one meme where he's holding both of them in his
Yeah, the
chokehold.
Terry Crews meme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's holding them in a chokehold. I felt like that. Like he was everywhere. But from what I see in the predicted lineups for England, I think as of what they're saying, Reece James is going to start, Luke Shaw is going to start, and Grealish is going to come into the squad. Now, I think with Grealish coming into the squad, I think they should give Jaden the start, because I feel like Grealish and Jaden have this really good chemistry together, and they play really well together. And they're like their little flicks, their one touches can just lead it on to Kane up there.
Well, that's a lot that we're talking about the English team. But then I want to come back to you and just ask you though, like the Scots had not actually had the best start to their tournament, of course, with that blip against Czech Republic. How do you think Andy Robertson now, he was a guy who kind of missed a really open chance also as well in the Czech Republic game. And I'm probably sure that that's probably haunting him as well, but they have to bounce back as well. So where do you see the Scottish team starting out?
You want me to defend a Liverpool player? I don't know about that, man. But yeah, let's talk about Scotland. They honestly they had a good game. I felt they just got a little unlucky. They were attacking pretty well, and they got hit on the counter. I mean, who knows? Who's going to expect a 70-yard, 60-yard goal, man? To be honest, that's what made the difference in the start. And after that, they were attacking again and again, but then they just got a little unlucky. Great saves and great team play. And to be honest, we have Mr. McSauce in there, man. So if that sauce gets a little spicy, he can control everything over there. And we have Ryan Fraser, who should, I feel, start this game because he's a really good talent. And Shea Adams also up front could cause a lot of damage to England. To be honest, they all know each other so well from the Premier League. And England are going to look to attack. So Scotland might just hit them with the pace up they have of Ryan Fraser, Shea Adams with the ball control and hold up play. I feel they could cause a lot of problems to England.
Oh, some spicy sauce there coming
Well,
from Zen. So, Kyle, sorry, you have to say something. Go on.
no, I mean, I kind of agree with him, because from what they played last time out, they look like they're going to play that same system again of 3-5-2. But if Tierney comes back into the squad, I don't know whether he'll play left back, left wing back, left half. Can't say, because we want Ryan Fraser to play also this game. But what what more than a Shea Adams, more than a Lyndon Dykes, more than all these players having to Christie as well. I think the midfield trio of Scott McTominay, John McGinn, and Stuart Armstrong. That's that engine. We've seen it continuously in the Premier League. They can run, and they can run themselves into the ground, but they will run till that final whistle. So that is what I think is going to be hard for England, especially that midfield trio.
Well, it's going to be a really exciting game, and I'm sure like spirits are going to be extremely high, especially out in the UK. So, Zen, I'm going to ask you, what do you think is your score prediction for this game?
My score prediction, man, I just hope I'm not wrong. To be honest, if he unleashes Grealish, if Rashford starts, it should be something too much for the Scots to handle, and we should get a very narrow 1-0 or 2-1 win, I feel.
No, Kyle, do you agree? I mean, do you think England's probably going to just blitz the Scots because they probably got revenge on them and they want bragging rights in the UK? What do you think?
I think 2-0, to be honest, because a lot of people going into this game have been waiting actually for this game, especially like it doesn't get, I mean, like I was saying earlier, it doesn't get bigger than this. England at Wembley playing against Scotland. I mean, that's enough said. Raheem Sterling is probably begging Southgate to start right now. So
2-0. Well, just before we conclude, guys, we had a poll that was done on our Instagram page, and we asked our fans actually to kind of predict the winners. And so far, it's been 67% to Sweden and 33% to Slovakia. Croatia 83% and Czech Republic 17%. And lastly, of course, it had to be lopsided. England 81% to a very mere 90% for Scotland. Gentlemen, Zen especially, thank you so much for joining us on this show today. I really am happy for you to come and I hope you can join us for other episodes in the future as well. Kyle, the usual, I really do appreciate you having you here with me. And for those watching as well, as I mentioned on Instagram, we have our wonderful mascot Ballsy. Give him a like, say hi to him, although I did have another name for him. And also, please, on our Instagram page, we do have a fantasy football league in which you can join us as well and have some fun. Who knows? You get to win bragging rights once you win it. That's it from my side, gentlemen. Thank you so much once again. For all those watching, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'm Carl, that's Zain and Kyle, and we'll see you when we see you. Peace.